games night, I'm making lots of finger foods and canapes just to keep everybody going during the games. So I'm going to make my mini meatball skewers. Got my gloves on because it's a bit of a messy job that you need to get your hands into. So to start off with, I've got 1 kilogram of ground minced beef, and I've gone for a really lean cut of minced meat. So it's only about 5% fat in this because I want them to be really crispy. And I'm also going to cook them on this baking tray, which is got a rack on top of the tray to drain even more of the fat off them. So they're going to be lovely lean meatballs. So 1 kilogram of the ground minced meat in the bowl, and to that I'm going to add 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs straight in, and then we're going to add 1/4 cup of water. That's easy to remember. And then I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. Straight in. You can add more of any of these. That's the thing with cooking, is that it's not precise, it's really what you like, as opposed to baking, which has to be precise. And then 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Straight in. Okay, straight in there. And then I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And then I'm going to add in about 2 tablespoons of chopped chives. So I've got some fresh chives here. So I'm just going to cut a little bit off and just give these a chop. And then add them straight in. There's nothing better than fresh herbs. I'm just going to add those straight in as well. And this is where you get your hands dirty. So I'm just going to get in with my hands and mix everything together. And at this point, I want everything to be mixed together, but I don't want to over mix it because that'll result in like really tough meatballs, which isn't what we want. So I just literally want everything to be combined, all the flavors in every meatball. It's actually quite therapeutic. So everything's mixed in there now. So I'm just going to take little handfuls of these. I don't want that to be too big because they're supposed to be bite-sized and they're going to go on little skewers. And I'm just going to roll them into little balls and pop them onto the tray. So like I said before, I've actually got a baking rack sat on top of the tray here because I want all the fats to drain away. And that just lets me get a really crispy meatball. So I'm just going to continue making all the meatballs. These are the sort of things I used to make with my children when they were younger because they love anything where you get your hands in and get messy. I think they're getting bigger as I'm going along here. I'll lose my patience of rolling them all. Okay, so all the meatballs are done. So I'm going to pop these in the oven at around 200 degrees for around 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the size of the meatballs. So I'm going to check them after about 20 minutes. Let's get them in the oven. Okay, let's see if our meatballs are ready to come out of the oven. look great. So I'm just going to let them cool down on this tray for a little while, and then I'm going to put my lovely fancy little skewers in them and put them on a display tray ready for the games night tonight. So my meatballs have cooled slightly so that I'm not going to burn my hands when I touch them. So I'm now just inserting these gorgeous little toothpicks into them, so it just makes it easier for my guests tonight to eat them. Finger food at its best. So I'm just going to skewer them all, put them on this tray, and then they'll be ready to serve. Squash them up, fit them all in. And we're done.